Mark Cuban's NFT company has just been caught promoting scammy NFT projects. There's a surprise. In exchange for millions of dollars in payment. Shocker. And it has finally caught up with them and they lost everything. Everything except the money. They still have that, guys. Thank God. But the 1.7 million followers on their @NFT account was just nuked into the metaverse. They don't have that anymore. And now several people are looking for a job. Now, all of this literally happened overnight. One day, they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars on autopilot, and the next, the account has been banned, and Mark Cuban has been accused of scamming people. How did this happen? I'm here to tell you guys today. It all started with a Twitter user who goes by the name of Top Shot Fund, and he actually did what no one has ever bothered to do with NFTs before. He did his research. He took a look at all the projects that Mark Cuban's company has been promoting in the last few months and checked if they actually made money or not. Now, before we get into the details of this, for those of you who aren't fully in the loop, Mark Cuban and a partner, Jason Falovich, bought an Instagram account called @NFT a little while ago, and almost immediately started using it to shill the absolute scummiest projects imaginable, as long as you were willing to pay the right price. Sort of rug pull promoters for hire, if you want to look at it that way. Now, I covered this on my show before, warning you guys about this page, okay? I DM'd the owner, and I was told I could promote an NFT project that I didn't have on his page if I only had $20,000 per post. And he said the only way this would work is if I bought the 5-pack deal, which was $100,000. And part of the appeal of doing this is that they don't mention that these projects they promote are ads. So it looks like they genuinely have hype. Now, I told you guys at the time this was super sketchy and you shouldn't trust these people. And it turns out I was right, because our buddy Top Shot Fund analyzed the performance of these NFT projects that they were promoting for cash and found that 70% of them fell in value, lost money. 10% of the projects were outright rug pulls, and only 25% of Mark Cuban's company's picks actually appreciated in price. You would have made money on them. What you're seeing right now is the spreadsheet that was put together about all these projects they promoted. Now, basically, this means that the 1.7 million followers were probably losing money, while the people getting rich on these picks were obviously Mark Cuban and the gang, as if they needed more money. I mean, I guess there's no such thing as enough money. But anyway, this was called out, and almost immediately, this post went viral. The team behind @NFT immediately started to do damage control and set up a live Twitter space claiming that it was all a big misunderstanding and that they were big on doing due diligence.
I'm not going to say every project we've ever promoted is terrible. That couldn't be further from the case. There's been a lot of fantastic projects that have come through. We are doing due diligence on these projects.
Now, all I really can say to this is my own experience with talking to these guys behind the scenes as a pretend NFT project promoter. And I can tell you that I think the only check they were interested in was the type you give to a bank teller. I mean, they didn't ask what the name of my Bored Ape Penguin project was. They were like, hey, give us the money now, baby. Check or we don't care. That was the entire vibe of their thing. It was like a copy paste. Like, if you don't have 25K per post, 5 post minimum, what are you doing here, right? Now, obviously, no one actually believes this, but this is kind of what they have to say because, you have a big name like Mark Cuban involved. He's got this huge brand, and you can't have him promoting a scam, right? And so a lot of work has been done to say, Mark Cuban? What? Mark Cuban? What? We had his name on the Instagram account. He was a co-founder. What? He had nothing to do with this. Apparently, Rolling Stone asked him if he was involved, and he said, no, he wasn't involved at all in the operations. Basically, he didn't know anything, didn't see anything, didn't do anything. His co-founders were just running around without him. And, maybe there's some truth to that. I'm sure Mark Cuban's a busy guy. I'm sure he's not dealing with the day-to-day. But my thinking is he was probably happy to sign the checks when the money was coming in. But all of a sudden, when stuff blows up, all of a sudden, Mark Cuban's nowhere to be found. He disappears. And basically, everyone involved in this is acting like that. No one responded to my requests for comment. Nobody responded when, it was asked why they didn't say these things were ads when they actually were. All of a sudden, nobody's running the ship, right? Nobody's in charge. When it's making tens of millions of dollars, I'm sure things are fine. Even the guy who's sort of the face of this whole thing, Jason Falovich, the guy who told me I would need to pay $25,000 per post on his page, you might be shocked to know that he's not in it for the money.
And if you do what you love, and I don't do it for the money. I just fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I wanted to get up every day and do what I love.
That's right, guys. He has a passion for this. This is... He's got a passion for asking for 25K per post. He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the love of the game, the love of NFTs. Guys, either way, the page has now been nuked by Instagram, by the holy angels at Zuckerberg's hellhole. I really find it disgusting the way every time, it turns out it was always about the money and the price was you. The price was you guys getting scammed. So I hope you guys learned something about trusting influencers, and please pump the stock Zilla if you want to get ahead of the game. As I said, I covered this months before it became a news story. So if you want to get 3 months ahead on the news, hey, subscribe, like, it's free. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.